respect for people. If we was to notice that we're not respected by others within our workplace, do you think would be inclined to give it our best? Probably not. And if we don't feel that way, would we feel inclined under those circumstances to aid others within our company to achieve their potential? I don't think so. Well, it'd be difficult. We may fail to let them know, for instance, that we respect them and their efforts if our efforts are not being respected. This would also apply to persons outside of our company, you know, in our day-to-day lives. There's a tendency to appear disrespectful of anyone once commenced is difficult to curb if allowed in any part of our lives. So when we achieve some of our potential, and this engenders a display of genuine admiration from others, or what appears genuine, we then have a tendency to feel elevated and spurred on to do more. Likewise, if we show respect for the efforts of others, we will assist in the impelling of them to make the most of their abilities again and again. So another question. What room within any company is there in negating the sincere efforts of others? Because it does go on, doesn't it? Are we to assume, for instance, that we are weakened by giving credit where it is due to others? This attitude will diminish enthusiasm until any such display is disparaged by all. No business can survive for long when efforts are jeered as pathetic, although in reality efforts are needed, aren't they, for the company to survive. Every time someone fails to give credit when they know that they easily could and perhaps should, they are demonstrating that they do not want the company to succeed beyond their own personal abilities. This tendency limits the company in time to the abilities of its worst achiever, as no one will want to offend him or her in excelling above that particular person's abilities. Now that would be an extreme case, but nevertheless, if we were to take the tendency to be very disrespectful of efforts to the ultimate degree, then this situation would eventually accrue, as it has done perhaps with, say, an extreme form of socialism where nobody's allowed to achieve anything because achievement is not rewarded. Is there any room, though, for simply not having time, perhaps in a business setting, to offer words or expressions of appreciation towards each other? Could we simply make our own efforts to succeed in our company in a competitive way and just push ahead? This, no doubt, is often the case in many companies, where there is a hostile internal competition displayed between colleagues who are simply vying for that top position at the expense of others. Well, singularity of purpose, but without any interaction, becomes the rule of the day, and the concept of tripping one another up appears more rewarding than aiding each other. Political infighting becomes the culture, the teamwork concept becomes rhetoric, and in reality workmates are disunited and fail to benefit from each other's viewpoints. And there lies the key. We do not all have the same viewpoints, do we? And we're often aided, though, by each other when we, in turn, excel together. Others' goals reached should become just as much a cause for encouragement to ourselves as our own achievements, because we feel part of the whole. Respect for people is so important to the everyday smoothness of a company that without it, we would be at each other's throats. Also, if disrespect was to be channeled by just a few people onto just one person, he or she could become tormented and ill with depression. This is a cause of problems, Yet it does go on, sadly. Do we not all gravitate, though, towards those who show respect for us? We do, don't we? And at the same time, do we not steer clear, well clear, of those who do not appreciate what we are? Should we not then at least expect the same treatment from others who we respect or who we fail to respect?